I inherited an old 1980s clock radio from my grandfather. One night, around 3:15 a.m., it turned on by itself, blasting heavy static. I reached out to turn it off, but froze when a monotonous robotic voice began narrating. The voice said, "The subject wakes up. He extends his left arm. He hesitates for 3 seconds."
My blood ran cold. I had just done exactly that. To test it, I got out of bed and walked to the kitchen. The radio kept playing, loud enough to hear down the hall. He walks to the kitchen. He opens the refrigerator. He takes nothing. I slammed the fridge shut in a panic. I ran back, ripped the cord out of the wall, but the voice didn't stop. Unplugged, it continued. He pulls the plug. He feels dread. He doesn't know the living room window was just opened. I lived on the 3rd floor. There was no way to open that window from the outside. I rushed to the living room with a baseball bat, but the window was locked tight from the inside. When I went back to my room, the radio was dead silent. To this day, I don't know if it was predicting my actions or if something invisible was in the house narrating my every move.
I work as a late-night rideshare driver because it's usually quiet. It was almost 1 a.m. and I was driving home alone down a deserted, unlit dirt road. My phone was mounted on the dashboard, running the GPS app. Out of nowhere, the app chimed, "Passenger detected in the back seat. Rerouting to requested destination." I instantly checked the rearview mirror. The back seat was completely empty. Assuming it was a glitch, I tried to cancel it, but the screen froze. The automated GPS voice spoke, "In 200 meters, turn left toward the local cemetery." I kept driving straight, hitting the gas. The app's voice suddenly changed, becoming distorted and raspy. "Route error. The passenger behind you is becoming impatient. He is reaching for your neck." Right then, the car's seat turned ice cold, and I felt a heavy weight sink into the seat directly behind me. The mirror showed nothing, but my dashboard backup camera, which triggers if you slow down abruptly, captured the faint, gray silhouette of a man sitting there, staring right at the back of my head. I slammed the brakes, jumped out, and ran. When I returned with the police, the car was empty, and my phone had completely factory reset itself. It started when I remodeled the bathroom of my old apartment. I bought a large, vintage mirror with a classic frame from a local antique shop. The first night after putting it up, I went to brush my teeth. As I spat into the sink, I noticed something subtle out of the corner of my eye. My reflection was still standing there with the toothbrush in its mouth. The reflection was delayed by about 2 seconds. I blinked. The reflection blinked 2 seconds later. My heart hammered against my ribs. I raised my right hand, counted to 2, and then the reflection raised its hand. It was terrifying, but I tried to convince myself it was a bizarre optical illusion caused by the flickering bathroom lights. Then I turned around to leave. In the mirror, I watched my reflection turn its back too, with the same 2-second delay. But right after it finished turning, the reflection stopped and slowly spun its head all the way back around, staring directly at me while I was still facing away. I felt a violent chill, spun around, and the mirror was normal again, mimicking me in real time. I ripped it off the wall and smashed it in the yard. Some things don't have a scientific explanation. They just need to be destroyed.